Sunday night sound session with John Moore and DJ Hyphen on Q93.
Signing with Bad Boy seems to be, somewhat of an interesting fit as well. I mean, and Diddy's talked a lot about him trying to, the label, the image of it, keep evolving and changing by working with artists such as yourself, like forward thinking. Did you have any reservations at all in terms of signing to Bad Boy as far as maybe the pre-existing image that it created, or being able to retain creative control or anything like that? Is that ever an issue for you?
This is a very unique partnership, because I'm not directly signed to Bad Boy. Yeah. And so I always knew, I've always had reservations about being involved in the music industry, period. Mm-hmm. There are no record execs that I started my own label. There was no way that I was going to directly sign as an artist without bringing, my team with me, because I don't, they don't know how to sell me any records. I mean, it's evidence right now of what's going on, from the declining of record sales. And so, it's kind of hard to believe in anybody, But what really sold me with Sean was, his excitement. He was really excited about this project as it was. And he came into my life 2 days before I was having my record release party. Mm-hmm. So he had gone on my MySpace page and left me this message, and I didn't think it was him, saying like, give me a call. They left the number, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so I didn't return the call, and then Big Boi called me at like 6 a.m. in the morning. He was like, yeah, Puff's been blowing up my phone. Like, he is just, man, he sees this as being a big movie. He just wants to talk and see how he can help it. We were like, are you kidding me? So, of course, he figured out a way to get us on the phone. No. Yeah, my lawyer was on, and his people were on, and like, we were on the phone 2 days before my release, and he was just telling me, that he was really excited about this project. He had never seen, anything like it before. And creatively, he just loved where we were going, and as a company, he loved, our brand and, the vision that we saw, that was written on the MySpace page. And so he wanted to figure out how he can help us. How do you fund something like this? How do you keep this going? Mm-hmm. He wanted this to be like his gift, if you will, and I think we caught him at a good time in his life. No doubt. I think we did. Yeah. I think we did.
So the maybe the excitement and the enthusiasm that you and your art gave him, when was the last time you felt that from another artist, and who was that artist?
Wow. I think when Gnarls Barkley came out, as of late, recently, when they had come out, I was very impressed. Like, I thought they were, I still do, I think they're just genius in the way that they go about keeping the mystery behind them and their commitment to their brand, and they're great performers live. I had the opportunity of opening up for them twice, and CeeLo's been like a mentor to me as well. He's pulled me to the side and given me really cool careers, from artist to artist. But yeah, their music has been really inspirational. Yeah, I think I've been very impressed by them. Of course, Outkast, all the time. They're always evolving, and they're just fearless. They're not afraid to try new stuff. So that's what I love about them as well.
No doubt. Well, let's talk a little bit about the project you mentioned, Metropolis. You just released the special edition of the first suite, The Chase. Mm-hmm. But tell the people all about this story, kind of, because it is, it's a far, long-arching story. Tell the people who don't know anything about it, about Cindy and her story, her tale, her heroic tale.
Sure. Well, I'll keep it very brief and short because I don't want to diminish the story. And I have lots of liner notes, and we have a comic book, Cybergirl, that you can get really into the story if you like. But this really deals with helping save the future, and it takes place in 2719. And Cindy Mayweather is an Alpha Platinum 9000. She's one of a kind. She's programmed, of course, to work. She's like the Judy Garland, Elvis Presley, James Brown, Janelle Monae of her day. And she's a freedom fighter, and so she is an android, however, but she falls in love with a robo-zillionaire human by the name of Anthony Greendown. And so for this, the chase leads one part of the story. The chase is the bounty hunters and the droid control marshals trying to disassemble her for falling in love. She's committed a crime, and so she's to be disassembled on site. And so what I wanted to do with The Chase, the reason why I've broken up my album is because this story this concept is a really big concept. And I feel like it could be very life-changing if you really, you know, if you jam to it so much, you'll act subconsciously, you'll hear the story, and I think, or I hope, that it will be of some inspiration to you, because her story is very unique. But just starting with The Chase, I wanted this to feel like you were actually being chased, and you were right there with Cindy Mayweather and Anthony Greendown as they were running up Neon Valley Street and waiting for Violet Stars to set them free. It's a very deep story. There are lots of people, when I look, you know, they're kind of following this trend of the whole futuristicness, you know, which is cool, but I've cultivated Metropolis for like 3 to 4 years now. We work very hard, and it's very deep. It's deeper to us, you know, if you read like Octavia Butler books and, you know, Isaac Asimov, you know, who did the iRobot. It's deep, you know, if you think about the alien and the android and what it means, those parallels between us as humans and as women and as artists. It's deeper than just neon lights.
So initially, what made you want to tackle a concept rather than doing traditional songs, you know, the traditional style album?
Well, I just love science fiction movies. I mean, all the way back from, you know, Alfred Hitchcock's, you know, Twilight Zone. I'm very intrigued by the superhuman or the other, if you will. And I see lots of parallels between me and, you know, science fiction and things that people don't know. I love tapping into that world. So I watch movies like Blade Runner. Of course, I love, Back to the Future. I love that. Who doesn't love that movie, right? I watched Metropolis, the 1927 German expressionist film. It was a silent black and white film, but it spoke out to me. And it just reminded me of my upbringings and growing up in Kansas, and, you know, that constant struggle between the haves and the have-nots. And I wanted to elaborate more on it and just take it to the next level. And so we listened to lots of scores, you know, Superman scores, lots of John Williams music and Henry Mancini, because, you know, we didn't want this to be some indie bootleg. We wanted this to be more like Star Wars.
What else you got going on with Wonderland as far as any artists coming out next?
Sure. There's actually a very remarkable punk band. They're actually redefining punk by the name of Deep Cotton that I'm really excited about. And they're actually crazier than me on stage. So I love gigging with those guys, but their music is really inspirational. They're also a group I've been very impressed with over the course of the last 3 to 4 years.
Are they in Atlanta? Out of Atlanta as well?
Yeah, they're in Atlanta, Georgia.